Hello yogis, welcome back to your mat. My name is Krista and this is day 18 of our Spring into Yoga challenge. For today's class, we're just going to be going through a little flow just to get the body moving and feeling good. So just getting started today in a seated position. Any comfortable seat cross-legged. Just bring your hands on top of your knees, close your eyes, and just lean back in space a little bit. Just enough that you feel your shoulders stacked directly over your hips, and your ears directly over your shoulders. And just take a few deep breaths here, breathing into the belly, feeling the ribs expand. And then feeling the ribs and the belly deflate on the exhalation. Breathe in, belly, ribs. Feel that breath travel in through your chest. And then exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Now we'll start to connect our breath with our movement. On the inhale, start to reach the arms overhead. And then exhale, lower them down through heart center. Inhale, really expand the arms out, reach up towards the sky. And then exhale, hands lower through heart center. And we'll do that one more time. Breathe in as you expand the arms, reach up a little bit taller. And then exhale, release down through heart center. Bring your right hand beside your hip. Inhale, reach the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, side bend over to the right side. Really keep that left hip, that left sits bone, rooted down into the mat so you feel the nice big stretch along the side of the body. Maybe you creep that bottom arm out a little bit more. Think of rolling your chest up towards the ceiling, maybe taking that top arm back behind you. And then start to roll the spine down as you tap the pinky down onto your mat. Inhale, let's take it back. Reach that arm back. Find a cactus arms here. Exhale. Curl that top shoulder down. Last one, breathe in. Exhale to come back, tap down to the floor. Coming back into that side stretch for one more inhalation and one more exhalation. And then inhale, come back up through center, reach both arms up towards the ceiling. And then we'll switch sides. Drop that left hand down, reach the right fingertips up, and side bend over to the left. Really breathing into that side body. And then on the next inhale, start to reach back, find a little cactus arm with that top arm. And then exhale, think of rounding the spine as you tap the pinky down towards your mat. Inhale, let's take it back. Really expanding through the chest. And then exhale, move nice and slow. One more time, inhale, reach back, find those cactus arms. And exhale, tap the pinky down. Now come back up to that side bend. And then using the strength of your obliques, lift yourself back up through center. Twist to the right, bringing your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Other arm reaches back behind you. Sit up nice and tall, squeezing everything into the midline of the body, and then taking your twist a little bit further. Inhale, raise the arms overhead as you come back through center. Exhale, twist to the left. With every exhalation, sinking deeper into your twist. And then inhale, come back through center, arms reach up towards the sky, and then exhale, hands down to your mat in front of you. Crawl the fingertips forward. Lean your upper body forward. Start to walk your hands back. Lift your torso up. We're going to roll over the shins, come into tabletop. So hips are stacked over the knees and your shoulders are over your wrists. And just start to shift your weight forward and back. Moving in and out of cat-cow, so lifting the tailbone up towards the ceiling as well as your chest and your head. And then exhale, cat pose as you round the spine, tuck your chin in towards your chest. And then tuck your toes under, send your hips up and back, coming into a downward facing dog. Creating this upside down V shape with your body. And for this first downward dog, feel free to keep the knees bent. Keep reaching your sits bones up towards the ceiling. And then maybe starting to play with straightening one leg and then the other, pedaling out your feet. Really pressing all the pads of your hands into your mat. Evenly distributing the weight between the hands and the feet. On your next inhale, begin to shift your weight forward. Come into a plank. So your shoulders stack over the wrists. Nice straight line from the crown of the head to the heels of your feet. Yeah, think of getting those hips low. Squeeze your bum and the inner thighs together. And then inhale, send your hips back, downward facing dog. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, ripple forward, coming into a high plank. Really lift up out of those shoulders. And then exhale, send your hips back, downward facing dog. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, right leg reaches high into the air. Think of opening up that hip and stacking the right hip on top of the left. Keep the leg straight. Breathe. Now bend the knee and think of reaching the toes to the opposite shoulder. Reaching the knee high up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, shift your weight forward. Step your right foot between your hands. Come down onto the back knee. Inhale, rise up to your low lunge. Inhale, reach your heart up towards the sky. Find your cactus arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Exhale, melt. Opening across your chest. Inhale, sweep the floor as you rise the arms up overhead. Exhale. And inhale. Hands down to your mat. Shift your hips back as you straighten through that front leg. Option to keep the hips stacked over that back knee or to come sit all the way onto the heel and then hinge forward. Keeping that straightened leg, toes flexed towards your face. And then shift your weight back, coming back into that lunge. Shift your weight back in space, coming back to half splits. Inhale, ripple forward, low lunge. Last one here. Come back to your low lunge. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling, revolve lunge. Keep squeezing that inner right thigh towards the midline of the body. And then heel toe your right foot out slightly. Roll onto the outer edge of that foot, and then sink the hips down as you reach towards the back of your mat. Inhale, press the ribs up towards the ceiling, side bend. Take your arm up overhead, reaching towards the top of your mat. Exhale, sink the hips, reach back. Inhale, sweep the arm forward, nice big side bend. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, come all the way back up to that lunge. Heel toe that front foot to the inside of both hands. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee. Then rock back. Step your left foot to meet the right. Feet hip distance apart. Coming into a forward fold. Just allow your upper body to be heavy. Generous bend into the knees if you need to here. Inhale, come up to a flat back. Exhale, release. Beautiful. And inhale, come up to a flat back. This time, right leg steps all the way to the back of your mat. Bring the back knee down. Inhale, rise up for your low lunge. Exhale, reach the sternum bone forward as you drop the elbows alongside the body. Inhale, round the spine as you sweep the arms up. Exhale, melt. Inhale, rise up, sweep the arms in front of you. Last time here, exhale. And inhale. Your next exhale, drop the hands down towards your mat. Shift your weight back, finding a half split. Option is stay high onto that back knee or sit the hips back onto the heel. Keep your straightened leg active as you engage the quadricep. And then come forward, coming back to that lunge. Yeah, and then exhale, send your hips back, half splits. Inhale, ripple forward, coming back to that lunge. Last time, let's send it back. Come forward into that lunge. Right palm stays down onto your mat, left arm reaches up towards the sky. And then heel toe that front foot off to the side. Roll onto the outside edge as you allow the knee to open. Exhale, sink your hips down, reach towards the back of your mat. Inhale, press the ribs up towards the sky. Take your reach up and overhead. Exhale. Reach. Inhale, side bend. Exhale. Inhale. Beautiful. Hand down towards your mat. Heel toe that front foot between the hands. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Rock back, step your right foot to meet the left. Come back into that forward fold. Heel toe your feet about mat distance apart. Now bend through that right leg. Inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky, revolving this forward fold. And then exhale, come back down through center. Inhale over to the other side. come back through center. Press your hands into the mat, big step back. Coming into downward facing dog. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, left leg reaches high into the air. Stack your hips, left hip over the right. Keep that leg straight. And then bend the knee. Think of reaching the toes to the opposite shoulder. Beautiful. And then drop that foot down to meet the right. Coming back into downward facing dog. Shift your weight forward. Come back into the plank. Hold here. Nice strong body. Squeeze everything into the midline. And then exhale, send the hips back, downward facing dog. Come high onto your toes. Float your knees down towards your mat. Nice wide stance with the knees. Finding a thread the needle here in this child's pose. So that left arm is going to come across the body. Come to lay down onto that left shoulder. That top right arm can reach up and around to reach for the opposite hip. And then bring that right hand back down, press into the floor to free up that left arm, and then we'll switch sides. Again, option to take that half bind, reaching the top arm up and around. Bring that left hand back down towards the floor, press into the hand to free up the right arm. And then just coming into a middle child's pose. Take a big breath in through your nose. With an open mouth, let it go. And slowly start to walk yourself up to a seat. And thank you everyone for joining me today for this little flow to warm up the body. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Namaste.